Hello, Andy from Cornish Motorcycle Diaries here, and today I'm going to be fitting the TEC adjustable levers on my BSA Goldstar, and hopefully nothing will go wrong. But as you know, I'm Captain Clumsy. If I can do it, so can you. Well, enough of the preamble, let's get to it. Tools I'm going to need over there. Okay. Copper grease, spanners, 10 and 8mm, screwdriver. I put some extra lights just so I can actually see what I'm doing. Okay, so it's a bit cramped in here, but hope you can see pretty clearly. I'll bring the camera in a bit closer in a minute. So procedure here for the front brake levers, quite straightforward. Remove the lock nut, take out the pivot, remove the brake lever, then put the new brake lever in, re-grease the pivot, put that back in, tighten the lock nut up, making sure there's a little bit of play. Yeah, see how well this pans out. Shouldn't be an awkward procedure, but just removing the lock nut. Okay, it's come loose, and I'm going to do something now which I should have done at the outset, which is lock nut removed. Okay, I'm just going to put something on the tank here in case anything drops onto it. Sensible precautions. So once again, the lock nut come off here. This should now just come out fairly easily. He says, there we go. This is threaded, of course. Screwdriver on floor. Hopefully that won't have landed on anything other than the floor. Okay, so one brake lever, a little bit grubby, and also starting to show signs of corrosion, which I would normally report as a warranty issue, but fortunately they're coming off. Now, this pivot is quite dry, so I'm going to repurpose the protection cloth. Just give it a bit of a wipe, get some of the muck off it. And then I'm going to apply some grease. Here is the grease. I'm using copper grease for good or for ill. Put in the comments below whether you think that's a good choice or whether you would use something a bit more industrial. But this stuff is recommended for hinges and things, so give that a go. Right, so now we need the new lever, and let's hope this just goes on straight. I think it will. There we go. Right, retrieve screwdriver, back in a minute. And the protective cloth back in too, in case something else comes out. No, not quite. Let's put this down again more safely. Right, that needs to be into there. Right, it's taken this time. Just a little bit of wiggling. Good old-fashioned tool, the wiggler. You can wiggle with your fingers, you can wiggle with other things. Sometimes things just need to be wiggled. Right, so tighten that up fairly well. And now for the lock nut. This is a nylock nut. I suppose theoretically you ought to replace it. It's on. I can just feel it beginning to nip now. Right. Just Yeah, right. So that is the front brake lever done. Just a little bit of play left there though. So, and we're currently on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Too far for my hands. I'll probably be on 1 or 2 maybe. Don't want it set so close that it touches the bars with the brakes on full. That's 3. 2, I think will be the right. We'll test that on the road, or not actually on the road, but road test it. Okay, that's the brake lever fitted successfully. Now for the slightly more tricky clutch lever. So we have to be very careful not to do anything to the brake light switch. Apparently it's very delicate according to the instructions, but it's a similar procedure. Once again, lock nut remove, unscrew the bolt. You've got to move the mounting bracket for the lever a little bit inboard so as you can actually get the lever off. If you don't, it won't. So other than that, loosen and remove the cable, and then the rest is fairly straightforward. Okay, so part 2, the clutch lever. Now I've just moved my Aochi handlebar switch in a little bit as well. Now I want to loosen this off, which is an 8mm nut, just so I can get myself some room. That's quite tight, as I expect it would be. You don't want it slipping around, but it'll crack open. Not too difficult. Right. Let's just slide that in. It says about 10mm. I think we're about 10mm there. Okay. So, and also it's an 8mm socket, not a 10, this one. So I'm going to need the screwdriver, or a screwdriver, to hold that. I think I'm going to get a smaller screwdriver. It's a bit easier to manage. So, put that one in there. Even better if you could get somebody to help you with this, wouldn't it? I think that's coming off. Yes. It can be done, people. It's just a bit fiddly. And my apologies if I'm completely blocking this. Yeah, the nut will probably come off by fingers now. Definitely more awkward than the brake lever. More to contend with. Right, so that's the lock nut removed. Safely deposit there. And I can now remove the pivot. And this is the bit where I've got to be careful. Now, what we also now need to do is loosen off the clutch. At the moment, I can't. Time for pliers. Oh, 2 pairs of pliers even. So the pivot now removed, similar to the other one, is a bit rough in there. It's not really look as though it's ever been greased, to be honest. However, it will be once it goes back on. After a bit more wiggling, the clutch lever is removed. That was a bit of a pig of a job, really. And I've had to loosen off just down below there. So I'll show you pictures of that so you know what to do if you also have to do this, but you shouldn't have to. Hopefully your clutch will be adjusted so that you can do it without jiggery pokery. But the pivot could definitely do with some grease. Cloth back on in case of errant objects falling onto the tank, which we don't want. Just a little knob of grease. So we have 2 tasks to do here. We've got to get the clutch cable back into the lever, which I'm hoping won't be too difficult, but it might be. Hoping this will work. Okay. I think that's going to come through. So we've got the pivot back in. The lever appears to be okay. Obviously not correctly adjusted currently. See if I can get the pivot through. Yeah, I can feel it turning at the other end, so it's a case of getting this attached. Ah, that's better. Okay, it is securely attached now. I think that's going to work. At this point, it's important to put the bike back to its initial state, making sure everything is tightened up as per manual, and if necessary add some grease or other lubrication as required, and then take it out, test it, and then check and retighten again. We might need to readjust these or put these at a different angle, but just for now we're just getting on with adjusting the clutch bit. I think we're almost there actually. We need a little bit less play, tiny bit less. Right, let's go with that. So adjusting up clutch again, leave it at that, the thumb wheel. So that's the TEC adjustable levers fitted. You might have seen that the left hand lever, the clutch lever, is just hitting now the left hand bar end mirror. So I don't know whether that's an issue with the mirrors or whether it's a mistake that I've made. So what I've done is I've adjusted the position of the clamp here so that it clears it just about. They're not quite the same left and right, but they are very close. What I need to do now is road testing so I can check whether everything is functioning correctly. But let's just say that the reason why I do these videos, because I'm the one with no mechanical aptitude, is so that other people like you can actually do simple tasks like replacing small items, like making adjustments, maybe even doing some servicing. It's not just those people who've got an engineering background. Well, there we are. Just going to tighten up these last two clamp bolts. Just give them a quick, there we go. Snug as a bug in a rug now. Okay, so I've been Andy, or Captain Clumsy. Hope you enjoyed watching this little BSA modification video. Next is the road testing, fettling and general settling down. But that's a separate video. Thanks for watching this one. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Very important. Helps keep the channel growing. And I'll see you in the next one for more fun on or off bike.